Hey, it's Brett Klika here with BrettKlika.com, and today I wanted to share with you some more information about taming your time. Be a time tamer. If you don't tame your time in your personal training career, it will never be a career. It will only be a job. And a lot of personal trainers, they want to be in it for the long haul, but they don't make it. And quite frankly, it's because they end up squandering a lot of extra time, because in order to make personal training a career, we need to grow outside of merely training inside the walls of a gym, and we need our message to reach more people. That's part of the talk principle that I talk about all the time. What I talk about today is marketing and taming your time in your extremely busy day, making a living so that you can pay your mortgage, pay your rent, and taking care of your clients, but then still having time to do the things you need to do, like marketing, to grow your brand, to grow your business so you can help more people and get outside just the walls of the gym that you work at. Now, you might have heard that the adage that 60% of your time should be spent marketing. And I remember when all I was doing was personal training and I needed every penny. I would personal train 8 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Saturday, in order to essentially make rent, to make mortgage payments, to have money to pay for gas. Personal training, you don't get paid a lot of money every hour, and I wanted to make it. I wanted to be ahead of the curve. So I worked all the time, and it was such a hard concept to think, man, I gotta spend 60% of this time. I'm spending almost 0% of my time marketing, and I'm still barely making it. So I really got the idea after some great mentors, again, working with Todd Darkin and seeing how he was able to organize his life and his time to move forward. I started to get some insight into that. And I started to look into others like Seth Godin and Brendon Burchard and some of these other big names that have been very successful, but they also talk a lot about how to do it and how they've been able to manage their time. So I want you to think about this as a personal trainer, and here's where a lot of personal trainers go wrong with managing and taming their time in a day. In personal training, we have a freedom of schedule. Okay, right? We have a freedom of schedule. Essentially, we take clients when we want to. We don't take clients when we don't want to. That's absolutely great. If I want to take a 3-hour break in the middle of the day to go swim or go to the beach, I can do that as a personal trainer. However, what do we also know with personal training? You don't make money when you're not training, and that's a big problem for many, because if I'm not making money, I'm not paying rent, I'm not making mortgage or whatever else I'm paying for. So then we start to say, oh man, I don't have time freedom. I need to work all the time. So then we get so into the grind of taking session after session after session. When we're done, we just go and flop back in the break room, or we go sit in our car, or we go home and watch TV, take a nap, or our ideas are recovering, or we exercise and we work out, which is awesome, which is great. That's what we do. But I know personal trainers that will work out for 2-3 hours a day and then talk about how they don't have time to market or do any of the things that they need to do in order to grow. So let's think about this for a moment. We talk about that time freedom, how it can be a blessing and a curse, but if we want a career, let's look at other people that have a career, the corporate world, and we chose not to necessarily put on the suit and tie and go into the corporate world as a personal trainer. But most adults, most successful people I know, most adults I know, they work essentially, they're up at 6, they're heading to the office, and they're done about 6. So let's say there's a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. workday, or 12 hours, however you do it. Now within that 12 hours, let's say you got about an hour for eating, because you really don't need to take 30-minute eating breaks. Believe me, for years I'd eat in 2 seconds in between clients. But if you take 20 minutes every time you eat 3 times, you eat breakfast at the beginning of the day, dinner at the end of the day when you're done, then you got plenty of meals. You got 5 small meals in there. So let's say we take an hour of eating, an hour of exercise. That's still a luxury. But taking a full hour to exercise every single day. Let's say you train for 6 hours a day. So that's averaging, if you work Monday through Friday, there's a 30-hour week, Monday through Saturday. It's a 36-hour week. That's a pretty full training schedule. And most trainers that I know would consider that a very full schedule. So that still leaves, after I've got my eating in, I've worked out for an hour, and I've done 6 hours of training within a 12-hour day. So realize that's from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, or 7 in the morning to 7 at night, whatever, however you do your 12 hours. that still leaves within that 12 hours. So outside of the 12 hours, I can just sit and watch TV all night if I wanted to, or go to a movie, or go to the beach, or whatever I wanted to do. But that still leaves 4 hours. Realize that time, whether I choose to use that to grow my career, to be able to help more people, to be able to live the life that I truly want to live, whether or not I use that is up to me. But I have 4 hours within that time, within that 12-hour workday. Adults work during those hours. I have 4 hours to blog, to create a blog, get my word out there, to YouTube, to figure out how to take better care of my clients. How am I creating legendary service with my clients? If I'm trying to still grow my personal training business, are my clients so excited and so enamored with the service I give them? Are they going out and telling more people? So what can I do to improve my client care? Product creation, 4 hours a day. Monday through Friday, 4 hours a day is 20 hours. Add another 4 hours each one of the weekend days, which is totally up to you, 28 hours a week. And that's still only a 12-hour day. I'm not staying up till 1 in the morning. I'm not giving up all my evenings. Essentially, if I start at 6 in the morning, I'm done at 6 at night. At 6 at night, I'm doing whatever I want until I go to bed that night. So I got all that time to do that. So creating a product, if I had almost 30 hours a week to create a product, what could I do? And still have that free time. I learned this, a personal story, I learned this in college. First 2 years in college, I struggled to get above that 3-point I needed to for my parents to still help me out. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, I was trying to study with my roommates running around, and I'd be on the phone, and the TV's on in the other room. And finally I realized, wait a minute, I'm going to step away. I'm going to go to the library every single day for 3 hours. I'm just going to come hell or high water. I'm going to the library. I'm going to lock myself in a cubicle where I have no access to anyone for 3 hours every single day. So I started to do that. And guess what happened? All of a sudden, my grades went from eking out that 3-point to making Dean's List, 3.8, 4.0, 3.9. My GPA hit an all-time high, and my free time hit an all-time high. I started to get this reputation for never having to study and getting these great grades. And it was only because I didn't study and do what everyone else did in their little social study groups. I got work done by separating myself out, really condensing time and focusing, and all of a sudden I had all this free time. And that's an opportunity here to really focus, tame your time, own your time so it doesn't own you, and get that 4 hours a day to share your art with the world. When you share your art with the world, we can help more people, we can move your career forward so you can live the life that you want to live. Because if you don't own your time will own you for the rest of your life. And no one wants that. So again, look at this, look at your day. Remember, adults, they're occupied for about 12 hours. So what can you do within that 12 hours by owning your time, not frittering away, not going and taking a nap in the break room, not going and sitting in your car, not going home and playing video games, not sitting and watching TV? What can you do to move yourself and your name and your brand forward? So again, 60%, that's not quite 60% of your time. But if we just started with that, how much of a difference would that make in 1 month? Give it 1 month. And if you haven't completely changed your entire situation, quite frankly, I'd be blown away. You can go and email me at brettklica1@gmail.com. Go and email me. Let me know. So use that time tamer strategy of looking at getting that 4 hours a day, of organizing your day, owning that agenda. Nothing disrupts that. Not only can I get more done, I still have my career, but I also have that valuable free time at the end of my day. It's a way that it's a win-win for everyone. All right, so let's give that a try. Tame your time before your time tames you. Sweat, smile, sustain, and I hope to see you soon. This is Brett Klika from www.brettklica.com. Have a great day.